Hey y'all, my name is Loretta, 40, female. I grew up living a pretty simple lifestyle thanks to my Buddhist Asian parents, and because of that, people often see me as some kind of hippy-dippy tree hugger. It's true, I guess I could say I got that vibe, but what they don't realize is that beneath that chill exterior, I've built my own empire. I sell holistic goods and services for a living, and folks from all over America love what I offer. My sister-in-law, Jody, she's a whole different story. I can't tell you how we started butting heads, but I've always known her as someone who's crazy and so unnecessarily rude and strict. She's all about the fancy life, obsessed with climbing the social ladder and being as fancy and bougie as a 1950s upper-middle-class housewife. We've never quite seen eye to eye, always butting heads because of our different views. She looked down on me, thinking I was just annoying or naive with my happy-go-lucky attitude. Well, little did she know, I don't take crap from anyone. When Jody was now openly trying to tear me down, I hit her back with kindness and a little fire. She wasn't used to being challenged, but she was about to learn not to mess with me. Oh, Loretta, look who's hosting another one of your little meditation gatherings. Can't people just find inner peace without all this, whatever it is? Jody, it's called mindfulness, and yes, people find it beneficial. You should try it sometime. Please, spare me your hippy-dippy BS. I've got better things to do than sit in a room chanting and pretending life's all sunshine and rainbows. Sunshine and rainbows. You make it sound like I'm peddling unicorns. But hey, if you're ever interested in finding some balance in your life, you're more than welcome to join us. Balance? I've got balance, thank you very much. Unlike you, I've got a real job, real responsibilities, not just playing pretend businesswoman with your little shop of trinkets. Jody, my business is doing pretty well, thank you. People appreciate what I offer. Maybe if you took a moment to understand it, you'd see the value. Value, right. The value of selling rocks with good vibes. Groundbreaking. They're crystals, Jody, and people believe in their energy. Now, if you're done insulting my livelihood, maybe it's time for you to evaluate why you're always so bitter. Bitter? What the hell are you talking about? I'm not bitter. Wow, bitter and delusional. You know, Jody, all this hostility isn't healthy. Maybe you should consider talking to a professional. Get to the root of all that anger. She'd often just harumph herself out of the conversation when she realized that she wasn't going to get under my skin. Even on my wedding day with Daryl, she couldn't keep the good vibes alive. She was sulking and every now and then drawing attention to herself by loudly cursing or bumping into things and causing distractions and disturbances. She was acting like a child. Daryl was pissed off, obviously. He's always hated his bratty sister and her stupid antics. But me? It didn't bother me too much. Why does she always have to make everything about her? Don't mind her, babe. She's clearly struggling a lot. All that matters is that we're getting married. You're right, babe. You always know the right things to say. Let's just focus on us. And so we did. Despite her being a downright pain in the ass, Daryl and I focused on being happy. And surely enough, halfway through the day, the good energies and vibes were back in order, and this seemed to piss Jody off. She was a mess, and I wasn't about to help someone who didn't want to be helped. I had better things to focus on. I was focused on my life and my growing business. I loved what I did. Being my own boss and my company, Harmony Haven, became a huge part of my life. I blended my East Asian practices with Western customs, offering meditation, yoga, somatic therapy, and much more, and people just couldn't get enough of it. I organized events and fundraisers, but my dear sister-in-law was always a no-show. Let me guess, she's not coming again. Yeah, she mentioned something about having this super important thing to attend. Didn't sound very convincing, though. Super important thing. Classic Jody excuse. She's got a knack for avoiding anything that doesn't fit into her fancy agenda. Seriously, Loretta, she needs to chill. Your events are amazing. You're changing people's lives. Thanks, babe. I'm just doing my job. Why couldn't she just come and support you? I begged her not to skip it this time. Your guess is as good as mine. Maybe she's just allergic to positive energy. Or maybe she just can't stand the idea of supporting her sister-in-law's woo-woo business. She's got some serious issues, Loretta. She couldn't even tell me what important thing she had to do. She just said she had to go. Classic Jody move. I'm sure it was a pressing engagement with a new spa or something. Probably. You know her, always chasing the next trendy thing. Well, let her chase. I've got more important things to focus on, like helping people find their zen. Amen to that, babe. Don't let Jody get under your skin, okay? Oh, I won't. But she really should consider attending one of my sessions. The girl needs to chill. As the years rolled by, Jody and I grew more distant. She kept her life events a secret, and I'd often discover last-minute invitations to her fancy parties, where the entire family was welcome except for me. Daryl, my husband, would be the bearer of the news, genuinely surprised that I hadn't received an invitation. Babe, why aren't you getting ready? Ready for what? For Jody's party, duh. Oh, well, I didn't receive an invitation. What? Okay, I need to knock some sense into that girl. She told me that she personally invited you. Well, you can check my phone and my emails. I didn't get anything from her. Maybe it was a mistake. Maybe she forgot. Maybe. But we all know the likely answer is that she didn't want me to come, so I won't go. Realizing she was intentionally trying to exclude me, I decided to detach myself completely. I used to hold out hope for the girl, but this was taking things too far. It's like she was obsessed with seeing me sad or something, and like I said, I wasn't the one to play with. I understood she was attempting to get a rise out of me, but I rarely got angry. I preferred adapting to situations and choosing to disengage. It was clear she didn't like me, so why waste any energy on her, even anger? Daryl, out of solidarity, would sometimes skip these parties altogether, saying he would much rather lay up with me and watch movies in our pajamas, which was very sweet. But I urged him to attend, emphasizing the importance of his relationship with his sister and the significance of family. Left alone, I'd use the time to tend to my growing business. As the years went on, I reached the milestone of turning 40, and deciding to celebrate in style, I hosted a pretty big event, inviting some patrons from my business as well as some investors who were interested in my work. I wanted a big birthday bash, recognizing the importance of hitting the 40 mark. Despite Jody never inviting me to her gatherings, I extended an invitation to her, thinking that perhaps with time she had loosened up a bit. We were enjoying the party, and Daryl and I were about to talk about Jody not showing up when suddenly she came in. I was surprised, honestly. I thought she was going to be a no-show for sure. And this wasn't really her scene after all. Part of me half wished she wouldn't, even though I had extended the invitation, just to avoid potential bad energy on my special day. However, there she was, sticking out like a sore thumb. The theme for the party was retro psychedelic, and my home was transformed into a kaleidoscope of vibrant colors and patterns. Everyone had dressed in the spirit of the 70s, bringing the theme to life. Jody, on the other hand, didn't put in any effort. She opted for a simple LBD and stockings, drawing all eyes to her, but not for the right reasons. Not to mention her coming at such a late time only added to how embarrassing this all was. Approaching her, I initiated a conversation. It wasn't long before her snarky comments and dismissive attitude kicked in. It was like she couldn't help herself. Even in the midst of celebration, she managed to cast a shadow of negativity. As I tried to engage in friendly conversation, she responded with backhanded compliments and passive-aggressive remarks. Jody, I'm so glad you could make it. I thought you wouldn't come. Honestly, me too, but here I am, I guess. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. But what you're wearing? What's wrong with it? Well, it's not really on theme, is it? Well, you can never go wrong with a black dress. It's always a classic. Yes, but besides, I'm sure this dress costs more than whatever it took to string this little circus up. Okay, Jody, just enjoy yourself, okay? I mean, I'll try. Just point me to the things that aren't kombucha flavored or whatever crap you're used to eating. It became clear that her intention was not to enjoy the celebration, but rather to undermine the happy atmosphere. My patience was tested, but I remained determined not to let her spoil my milestone celebration. The party kept going after my quick chat with Jody. I'd gotten pretty good at not letting her bother me, and she was way out of her element, just stuck in a corner on her phone for the rest of the night, so she didn't do much to bother us. People would notice her not participating in anything, and sometimes I would say the vibe was a bit awkward, but at least it wasn't the drama fest I had half expected. As things were winding down and some people were heading home, Jody came up to me with this serious look, saying she had something important to spill. Part of me thought, finally an apology, or just an ounce of accountability. Turns out I couldn't have been more wrong. She was about to drop a bomb on me. In her low-key dramatic style, she said, "As you know, my fiancé and I are planning on having a really big wedding." "Yeah? I'm sure you wouldn't have anything less. By the way, when are we going to meet this mystery man? It's been ages." "Right. Yeah, about that. That might take some more time." "Oh? Why?" "Well, it's because I don't want him near this lifestyle." "What do you mean by that?" Don't make me spell it out, Loretta. You're embarrassing." "Excuse me?" "I get it, okay? Everyone has their hobbies or whatever, but Grady is important to me. He's not like this at all, and I know that meeting someone like you would put him off. Which is why I came to tell you that I don't want you at my wedding. I'm not going to lie. That one kind of hurt me a bit. But in retrospect, I guess it made sense. I mean, she'd never invite me to her other parties. Why would this be any different? I guess part of me assumed she wouldn't stoop so low, but it was Jody. I shouldn't have been surprised. You see, I hadn't even met Grady because, well, I never got the chance. He would always be at her parties, and because I was never invited, we never got the chance to meet. Darryl would tell me that he seemed to be a good guy, and we both wondered what juju Jody used to bag such a sweet guy. You know, Jody, even though I should know who you are by now, you never stop surprising me. Oh, come on, don't be like that. No, Jody, this is crazy. What sort of sister-in-law relationship is this? You insist on hating me, and I've done literally nothing to you. Well, maybe if you didn't play dress up like a 5-year-old and act like a complete clown, I would invite you to this special day. But you do, honestly. You shouldn't be blaming me. I have a reputation to uphold, all right? Of what? Being a bitch? Whatever, Loretta. Don't be mad at me because you're broke and unsophisticated. Broke? I'll have you know I don't care about the peanuts you're making trying to keep up your stupid hobby, okay? I don't want you at my wedding, and that's it. Ugh, I don't know why my brother even married you. After Jody stormed off, insulting me in my home and my birthday, I was left standing there feeling kind of dumb for hoping things could ever be different. I needed to unload what had just happened, so I found Darryl, who was in the bathroom, and I spilled the whole crazy encounter. Darryl, being the protective guy he is, was ready to hop in the car and give Jody a piece of his mind, but I told him that wasn't necessary. "I don't know what's wrong with that girl. I'm so sorry she said that to you. Let me go talk to her." "No, babe, don't bother." "But she needs to be taught a lesson, something. I've always been sick of her crap." "I'm tired too. And I still can't believe you haven't met Grady. When is she planning on introducing you to?" "I have no idea. Maybe she never wanted me to meet him in the first place." "That is so weird to me. It's a shame because I know how much he'd enjoy talking holistic medicine with you." "Oh, really?" "Yeah. He's all about that stuff, which is surprising because he's engaged to someone who doesn't even believe in it. The last time we were together, he wouldn't shut up about wanting to invest more into living holistically. Darryl told me that Grady was a big shot investor, like one of those sharks from Shark Tank." You just gave me an idea. Can you please give me his contact details?" "Sure. What's going on?" "Well, I'm going to make him a business proposal he won't be able to refuse. Then we'll see if Jody's going to continue to be a whiny brat. Oh, I like the sound of that. What's going on in that head of yours? Don't worry, babe. I have something planned. It's not super kumbaya of me, but it needs to be done. I'm done with your sister's crap. Let's just say I was turning the tables on Jody, and I couldn't wait to see how this played out. Revenge is best served with a side of success, right? So after reaching out to Grady and explaining my business and what I was all about, he seemed genuinely surprised. Turns out Jody hadn't bothered sharing what I did for a living, and Grady was taken aback by how long it had taken for us to meet. I pitched my idea and he was all in, even suggesting keeping it a surprise from Jody. Little did he know, right? But here's the unexpected twist. I bumped into them at the mall while shopping for incense. I saw Jody, who I assumed to be Grady because of the pictures I had seen of him walking around. When I called out to them, Jody looked like a deer caught in headlights, reluctant to face me with her man. And just when I was about to greet them, Grady did something that left us both dumbfounded. He bowed to me. Can you imagine? Right smack dab in the middle of the mall. People were staring, and of course, Jody and I were surprised. What are you doing? Then, as if we weren't already surprised, he said, Good evening, boss. How are you doing? You could practically hear a pin drop at that moment. Jody was staring at us like we'd just landed from Mars, demanding to know what the heck was going on. Well, it was time for her to find out. Boss? Yes, babe, Loretta is my boss. What on earth is going on? Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag now, babe. Loretta and I have been communicating about some business deals, and also, why didn't you tell me about Harmony Haven? You know I've been wanting to dive into holistic health and medicine. I don't even know what to say. I'm so confused. Honestly, I'm a bit confused too. Grady, what do you mean you're hoping I'd be your boss? Well, I looked over the document you sent me. Document? How did you two even know each other? Oh, well, Daryl gave me Grady's contact details. I just thought it was weird that I hadn't even met my future brother-in-law after all this time, so I reached out. And I'm glad that you did. Your business is exactly the type of thing I want to invest in. What? And if you'll have me, I would like to work for you. What? Yes, for a year or so. I really want to learn about this stuff, you know. Not just be some passive investor. I'm serious about this stuff, so if you have me, I would love to work for you. Grady, I don't know what to say. Say yes, please. I see a lot of potential in this, and I want a slice of the pie. Please, Loretta, I'll work hard. It's been a while since I've worked retail anyway. It's almost nostalgic for the time before all the money and stuff. Well, you seem to be very passionate, so yes, I'll take you on as an employee. I'll email you the details and the work schedules. Oh my God, thank you so much. You won't regret doing business with me. I'll make sure Harmony Haven gets the recognition it deserves. Babe, isn't this great news? Yes, just great. Fantastic even. Okay, let me quickly get my hair cut and I'll meet you guys at the cafe for some coffee. My treat. That sounds beautiful. Thanks so much, Grady. No, thank you, boss. I swear I almost saw that man skip as he walked to the barber shop that was inside the mall. He was so excited. That was what my livelihood was all about, making people realize their potential. And I was glad I was able to break through such a huge business tycoon like Grady Sinclair. It was honestly amazing. Loretta? What, Jody? I just want to say, I'm so sorry for everything. Oh, so now you're sorry? Why is that? After all these years, now you want to apologize? Loretta, please, I see how messed up I was, and I've changed, I swear. I want you to come to my wedding, and I want you to be my maid of honor, please. Wow, Jody, this is so pathetic. What are you talking about? Didn't you call me broke and unsophisticated not too long ago? Why on earth would you want me to be your maid of honor? Let alone come to the wedding at all. I was just joking with you, sis. Sis? Oh, please don't make me laugh. You've never called me that. You're not my sis. Oh, come on, Loretta. Isn't forgiveness part of your philosophy? Actually, I don't owe you anything, especially forgiveness. You've hurt me all these years and you're only interested now because your man is interested in my business. That's not true. Don't lie, Jody. It makes you look unsophisticated. Loretta, please. I know you want your time to gloat, but please, I'm begging you, come to my wedding. Grady can't find out about this. About what? About the way you were treating me? Yes. Well, too bad. I'm going to tell him exactly what you told me. No, please, wait. Let me make this right. You're so used to acting like you know everything and that you're classy or whatever, but you're going to learn soon enough. You need someone like me. Yes, I realize that now, so help me. Nah, I think I'm good. Jody was practically begging me to change my mind, but I stood my ground, telling her it was too late and that she had to pay for her actions. I had texted Grady and told him what his fiancée had said to me on my 40th birthday. Grady said he was coming, and sure enough, he stormed out of the barber shop with his hair half done, looking pissed and confused. Jody, what the hell? Did you really say those things to Loretta? Oh, babe, I can explain. It's all a misunderstanding. Really? Does Daryl also know the way you've been treating me has all been a misunderstanding? Stay out of this. Jody, please. Why do you have such a nasty attitude all the time? Oh, it's so unattractive. This isn't even the first time I've had to tell you this. Is this why you never told me about Loretta? Do you have something against her? No, of course not. I was just joking with her. She's the one who took it too seriously. Oh, please, I wasn't born yesterday. I know you're capable of saying harmful crap like that. But to your own sister-in-law, it's pathetic, honestly. I apologized to Grady, explaining that I couldn't attend an event where my presence wasn't wanted. Leaving them in the middle of a heated argument, I overheard Grady expressing some serious doubts about their relationship, mentioning he wanted a prenup because something felt off about Jody's actions and treatment of people. Talk about an embarrassing lovers' quarrel in the middle of a mall. Feeling a sense of accomplishment, I walked away and went home. Afterwards, Jody bombarded me with calls asking me to lie to her husband about the situation. That girl must have been smoking crack if she thought I would help her after everything she did. I couldn't wait to tell Daryl all about it when he got home from work that day, but until then, I was dodging Jody's calls like the plague. When Jody finally gave up, there was radio silence. I'm sure she was pissed, not getting her way, but I was glad I got my revenge. Grady has been emailing me about work, and it seems like he's not keen on sticking around with Jody for long. His emails drop hints like, I hope we can still work together despite everything, and I don't know what to do with her. I can't marry someone that foul. As if he's contemplating cutting ties with her. Damn, how sad. Too bad I don't feel like telling Jody about this little revelation. If he wants to end things with her, then I'll let her find out on her own.